welcome to the Drive and Dish podcast. We're here with our man Dynamite David to do some college basketball. I have one NBA pick on the slate of a full slate of NBA games. So some college basketball, some NBA. Let's first recap January the 20th. Dynamite David had his first tough day in a while. 1-4 overall. Mississippi State -2.5 was a loser. Ohio State -4.5 was a loser. LSU +1.5 was a loser, and Tennessee decided not to come out and score points yesterday. Tennessee -6.5 was a loser. His win, Missouri, came out, throttled South Carolina -5.5. Easy win there. 1-4 on the day puts him back under 500, 59, 61, and 1 so far on the year. We'll see if he could get back on track today. I went 1-2 overall. Gardner-Webb -1.5 versus UNC Asheville was a loser. Seton Hall +9.5 versus Villanova was a winner. And my petition to get overtime games automatically win for underdogs did not come through again this week. Campbell +1.5 loses in triple overtime to Radford. So it puts me at 1-2 overall, 102, 86, and 1 on the year. All right. So, Dynamite, what do you got for us today?
Well, first off, I almost didn't want to come on today because yesterday was such an ugly day. After taking both Tennessee and LSU, and they both lose by 20 plus. I don't know what to say.
Well,
but
LSU at least got to 75 points. They gave up quite a few more, but one side at least scored a little bit.
But I think it was a little bit of a karma for that Kansas win I got the day before. That was a really lucky win, and I had it coming, I believe. But anyway, I've got I've got 6 picks or five picks
today. Wow.
5. I'm sorry, I misread there. I've got 5 today, and I'm really trying to get back on the winning train. And I'm going to start off with a team that's let me down a couple times. I truly believe in them today, and it's going to be the VMI Keydets.
Oh my, VMI back on the VMI track, correct?
I wrote them. I had them yesterday, or wasn't yesterday? Was it yesterday?
Is it Monday? Monday.
A few days ago, and they lost for me. Today, they're getting 11.5 versus Furman. Both of these teams, actually, in their most recent game, was against ETSU. Furman managed to win 78-66. VMI lost 92-81. But what I'm looking at here is VMI is at home in this game, and they're 5-0 at home against the spread in their last 5. And they're 7-1 straight up at home this year. So I think being at home, and they score the ball really well, and I think they should be able to stay within 11.5 at home against Furman. Next up, I've got Creighton -8.5 versus Providence. Providence is on a 3-game losing skid, most recently losing to Marquette by 10. And Creighton is also coming off a loss to 7-point underdog Butler. So both of these teams are in need of a win. But what I look for is Creighton to bounce back at home, shoot the ball better. They only shot 26% from 3-point against Butler. That's very unusual for them. They should shoot better and win big tonight against struggling Providence.
I see somebody was looking at the offensive stats today.
I bring some stats to the table every now and then.
VMI and Creighton, the offensive powers of college basketball.
Next up is a team that I actually really like. They're 28th in the country in scoring average, 82 points per game, 26th in scoring defense, only giving 62 points a game, and that's the Boise State Broncos. They're at home tonight against Fresno State, -14.5. I'm taking Boise State. They've won 7 of their 8 conference games by double digits, and they have an average conference winning margin of 23.4 points per game. This Fresno State team is really bad. Boise State wins big tonight. Next up, I kind of have I don't know why they're not getting the credit they deserve. 13th in KenPom, 7th in the net rankings, but aren't in the top 25 AP poll, and that's Colorado. Colorado is -12.5 at Washington tonight. Colorado is playing like one of the best teams in the country. They're going up against the worst team in the Pac-12 in Washington. They're 1-11. Their only win coming against a Seattle team way earlier in the year. And Colorado won this game by 23 when they played each other on December 20th. I think Colorado is going to be really successful against this Washington 2-3 zone. They shoot the three-pointer well. Colorado wins big tonight, covers the minus 12.5 against Washington. And I guess since I've been taking a lot of favorites, I got to take an underdog for my last pick. I'm going to go with Georgia, plus 4.5 at home tonight against Kentucky. Georgia is 90th in KenPom rankings, but they've looked a lot better ever since their freshman KD Johnson came back. He's only played the last 2 games. They're 1-1 in those 2. He scored 21 against Auburn and 14 against Ole Miss. Looks like one of the freshmen of the year in the SEC now that he's getting going, and Georgia's starting to find their rhythm. And Kentucky's been very inconsistent, so I'm going to take the team getting 4.5 at home here.
All right. Certainly no one will score 49 points for you with that slate of teams. So I think you're at least safe there. I got 2 games today, both out of the A10. We'll start with St. Bonaventure's minus 2.5 versus VCU. Really like the Bonnies, off to a 6-1 start. And they're on a 4-game winning streak. Just think they're one of the class teams in the A10. So like them tonight at home, first VCU minus the 2.5. And next we're staying in the A10 and we're going to go to Pittsburgh for the Duquesne Dukes plus 4.5 versus Rhode Island. Duquesne's had a bit of a struggle to start the year, but they've had a pretty difficult schedule. I think looking to be back home, they should be okay versus Rhode Island, who's really not played well on the road, lost to UMass last time out on the road. So I'm looking for Duquesne to finally get things rolling a little bit and cover that 4.5 versus Rhode Island today. On the NBA side of things, we went 2-0 on our Martin Luther King Day picks. The Memphis Grizzlies plus 4.5 versus the Suns was a winner. The Houston Rockets minus 2.5 versus the Bulls was a winner. So 19-22 overall. And we got 1 pick today. We're going to keep riding those Houston Rockets plus 5.5 versus the Phoenix Suns to see if we can continue our climb back to Mount 500 on the NBA side of things. Be sure to follow our podcast on greenlightnetwork.org, Facebook at Greenlight Network, YouTube on Greenlight Network. Where can we find you, David, for more picks and plays throughout the week?
Always follow me at GLN Dynamite _D on Twitter. You never know, I might throw some more picks out there.
All right. I'm GLN Champ 5 on Instagram and Twitter. That's our show, and we're out.